All right, today we're diving into one of the most powerful, most mysterious, and let's be honest, most intimidating cards in the entire tarot deck, the Wheel of Fortune. This card is absolutely packed with symbolism, and it's all about the huge cycles of fate, destiny, and those major turning points that completely reshape our lives. So let's get into it and figure out what this cosmic wheel is all about.
And that really just says it all, doesn't it? The Wheel of Fortune isn't just about a random bit of good or bad luck. No, it's about a fundamental law of the universe. The truth that everything, and I mean everything, is in constant motion. It's always changing, always turning. To really get this card, let's look at it through the eyes of the Fool. The archetype for all of us on our wild journey through life. So the Fool has been out there, he's gained a little wisdom, a little experience, and then he comes face to face with a force that is bigger than anything he has ever imagined. I mean, just picture this for a second. The Fool is just walking along his path, feeling pretty confident, and then, bam, the world just stops. The ground shakes, and this massive golden wheel just appears out of nowhere, spinning with an energy that feels both divine and, frankly, terrifying. This is a moment that changes everything he thought he knew about how the world works. And this is the huge aha moment for him, right? The Fool thought his journey was all about his own choices, his own free will. He was the author of his story. But the wheel, it reveals a much deeper truth that, yeah, his choices matter, but they exist inside a much grander cosmic cycle that he absolutely cannot control. Okay, so let's get our magnifying glass out and really break down the incredible imagery on this card. Seriously, every single symbol on the Wheel of Fortune is like a piece of a puzzle, a clue that helps us understand the very nature of destiny itself. First up, the wheel itself. Obviously the main event. If you look closely, you'll see the letters T-A-R-O around it. Now you can rearrange those to spell Rhoda, which is Latin for wheel, or even Torah, referencing sacred law. And woven in between are the Hebrew letters YHVH, the unpronounceable name of God. So right away, there's this heavy suggestion that this whole cycle is divinely guided. Now, sitting right on top, perfectly balanced, and totally unbothered by all the spinning, is the Sphinx. While everything else is in constant motion, the Sphinx is completely still. It represents that wisdom and clarity that we can find when we connect with our own center, that part of us that can stay calm even when life is a swirling vortex of chaos. And look at the figures actually riding the wheel. You've got the serpent, sometimes seen as the Egyptian god Typhon, slithering downward. This symbolizes the descent into the material world, into disorder, into things falling apart. But rising up on the other side is the jackal-headed god Anubis, a symbol of transformation, rebirth, and the soul's journey upward. It's the perfect visual for what goes down must come up. And then, out in the four corners, you've got these four-winged creatures. They are the symbols for the four fixed signs of the zodiac: the lion for Leo, the bull for Taurus, the eagle for Scorpio, and the man for Aquarius. Their wings tell us they are stable even in the middle of all this change, and the books they're reading, that represents the wisdom we gain from simply observing these universal cycles play out. Okay, so that's the symbolism, but what does this all actually mean for you when this card pops up in a reading? Well, when the Wheel of Fortune is upright, it's generally a fantastic sign. It's telling you that the cosmic forces are aligning in your favor. Get ready for a time of positive change and big opportunity. You're looking at a major turning point here. Think good luck, fated events, karma paying you back in a good way, and new opportunities that seem to appear as if by magic. It's like the universe is giving you a little nudge in the right direction, and your only job is to be ready and say yes. So in your day-to-day life, this could show up as a sudden, destined romantic encounter if you're single, or a wonderful, deepening commitment in a relationship. At work, it could be that perfect job opportunity you've been waiting for, or a promotion that just lands in your lap. Financially, it's a time when you might see some unexpected gains. The key message here is simple: go with the flow and grab the opportunities that come your way. But, of course, what goes up must come down. The wheel doesn't only turn upwards, so when it shows up reversed, it's signaling that inevitable descent. Now, this isn't a punishment. It's a crucial lesson in how to handle those times when things just feel completely out of our control. So when this card is reversed, it basically means you're in a period where external forces seem to be working against you. It can feel like a really frustrating string of bad luck, unwelcome changes, and annoying delays. You might even notice yourself getting stuck in old negative patterns, probably because you're fighting so hard against the changes that are happening. In your own life, this might look like outside pressures causing turbulence in your relationship. At work, your best laid plans might just fall apart and you could face some real setbacks. And financially, this is a major warning sign to avoid high-risk stuff and maybe build up that emergency fund. The lesson here isn't to fight the current harder. It's to learn acceptance and let go of the illusion that we're ever fully in control. This quote just nails the great paradox of the wheel, doesn't it? We are the authors of our lives through our choices, yes. But at the exact same time, our lives are unfolding according to a larger cosmic pattern. It's this incredible dance between our own free will and a greater destiny. And all of this brings us to the final and, I think, most profound lesson of the Wheel of Fortune. True power isn't about controlling the spin. It's not about trying to grab the wheel and steer it. It's about finding the one place that doesn't move, the very center. There's this ancient parable of the Chinese farmer that just teaches this perfectly. His horse runs away. Bad luck, his neighbors say. Maybe, he replies. The horse comes back with more horses. Good luck, they cry. Maybe, he says again. You see the pattern? He understands that we can't label events as simply good or bad in the moment because we never see the full picture. He stays neutral, centered, and trusts the process. I mean, think about it in terms of pure physics. If you're on a spinning merry-go-round, the further you are from the center, the more violently you get thrown around. But at the very center, the axis, there's a point of stillness. The goal is to become that still point within ourselves, to find the quiet eye of the storm and observe the chaos of life without getting totally swept away by it. And here's another way to think about it that is so powerful. Resisting the inevitable turns of the wheel is like trying to fight a tidal wave. It's pointless. It only leads to exhaustion and suffering. The real path to peace is to learn to swim with the current, to surrender to the flow of life and trust that even the downturns are part of a larger, meaningful cycle. So, at the end of the day, that leaves us with this one final question. The wheel of your life is always in motion. It's always going to bring ups and downs and completely unexpected turns. The card isn't asking you to stop it. It's challenging you to find your center. So the question is, where will you choose to stand? Out on the chaotic rim or in the quiet, powerful eye of the storm?